It might come as a shock, but regularly consuming the wrong types of nuts can raise your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 48%, especially if you're a senior. That figure isn't random. It's grounded in scientific research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, based on several years of study. Here's the scary part. Some of the most commonly eaten nuts, those sitting right now in kitchen cupboards, can quietly elevate blood pressure, trigger inflammation, clog arteries, and even worsen cognitive decline. Yet, many older adults eat them believing they're healthy. One specific nut, whose name we'll reveal later, has been linked to dangerously high levels of a toxic compound. When consumed regularly, it can damage your liver, kidneys, and brain function. Chances are, this nut is already in your snack stash. It's often praised in low-carb diets, but for aging bodies, it could be causing long-term harm. But don't worry, we've got your back. In this video, we're breaking down the ultimate guide to safe nut consumption. You'll discover which nuts support heart health, boost brain function, and are safest for seniors, as well as the ones you need to avoid at all costs. Stick around to the very end, because the truth about the most dangerous nut is rarely talked about, and it may be silently damaging your health. Hit that like button and subscribe for more life-saving content like this. Also, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Now let's dive in. Here are 4 types of nuts that older adults should include in their diet. 4. Almonds. Almonds are one of the best foods for aging bodies. Here's why. Because they're rich in calcium and vitamin E, both of which play a key role in keeping bones strong. As we age, bones naturally become more brittle and porous, and fractures can lead to serious complications. After the age of 65, bone loss speeds up. However, eating just 1/4 cup of almonds daily can help slow that process, providing about 97 milligrams of calcium. But almonds offer more than just calcium. They also contain magnesium, a mineral that many older adults are deficient in. Magnesium helps escort calcium to your bones, rather than allowing it to accumulate in your arteries, where it can do harm. Almonds also support heart health, thanks to their monounsaturated fats, which help lower harmful LDL cholesterol levels. This is especially critical as the risk of heart disease rises with age. I recommend a daily serving of 15 to 20 almonds, preferably raw or dry roasted without salt. Almonds are also great for digestion, delivering around 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, a major benefit considering nearly 40% of seniors struggle with constipation. Perhaps most importantly, researchers at Tufts University found that almonds help protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a key concern for aging minds. Choose almonds with the skin on, as the skins contain flavonoids that, when combined with vitamin E, double their antioxidant power. Here's a warning though. Almonds can be a choking risk for older adults who have difficulty swallowing. Make sure to chew them thoroughly before swallowing. 3. Walnuts. Walnuts are often associated with brain health, and for a good reason. Their uncanny resemblance to the brain mirrors the vital role they play in nourishing it. Among all nuts, walnuts are one of the most powerful for supporting cognitive function in seniors. They are the richest source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid ALA, compared to any other commonly consumed nut. This is crucial for older adults, as omega-3s enhance neurotransmission and help maintain the structural integrity of brain cell membranes. According to a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks saw notable improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. What sets walnuts apart even further is their unique polyphenolic compounds. These antioxidants have been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier, where they directly reduce inflammation in brain tissues, potentially slowing or preventing neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Few people know this, but walnuts also contain melatonin, a hormone that naturally decreases with age, often contributing to sleep issues. For many seniors, a small handful of walnuts before bed has been shown to improve sleep quality. Another bonus, walnuts are high in arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessel function, and polyphenol that reduce oxidative stress. Together, they make walnuts a heart-healthy choice, potentially enhancing the effectiveness of blood pressure medications and helping maintain flexible arteries. Storage tip: Keep walnuts in the refrigerator to preserve their delicate oils and prevent them from turning rancid. For maximum benefit, aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. And if you can, crack them yourself. It's a fun way to keep your fine motor skills sharp. Don't be discouraged by their naturally bitter taste. It's actually a sign of their potent antioxidants at work. 2. Pistachios. Pistachios are often overlooked, but they're incredibly valuable, especially when it comes to managing blood pressure in older adults. What makes pistachios unique is their low sodium and high potassium content, about 285 milligrams per serving. This mineral balance is essential for seniors, as it helps the kidneys excrete excess sodium, keeping blood pressure in check. In fact, pistachios can reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, offering results comparable to some medications, without the side effects. Beyond heart health, pistachios also support eye health. They're packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that concentrate in the macula and help protect against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. Another advantage: pistachios are softer than many other nuts, making them gentler on aging teeth and gums. Plus, their vibrant green and purple hues aren't just pretty. They're a sign of powerful antioxidants that help fight free radicals and slow down aging throughout the body. Pistachios also promote mindful eating. The act of shelling each nut naturally slows down consumption, helping prevent overeating while providing a calming, cognitive experience. They're a smart, satisfying, and senior-friendly snack. According to the International Journal of Obesity, the sight of empty pistachio shells can actually help older adults manage portion control more effectively. These visible shells act as a natural reminder of how much has been eaten, offering a helpful visual cue for mindful consumption. Even if you have arthritis or reduced dexterity, you can still enjoy shelling pistachios by opting for half-opened ones, which require less effort to crack. For optimal health benefits, aim for about 49 pistachios per day, which is roughly 1 ounce. Choose unsalted or lightly salted varieties whenever possible. For the 25% of Americans over age 65 living with diabetes or prediabetes, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce of pistachios can help regulate blood sugar levels, a critical benefit in maintaining healthy glucose control. 1. Brazil nuts. Taking the top spot on our list are Brazil nuts, thanks to their remarkable benefits for thyroid health, an often overlooked but vital aspect of aging well. Just one Brazil nut provides around 96 micrograms of selenium, which is 137% of your daily requirement. That makes Brazil nuts the most concentrated natural food source of selenium on Earth. Why does this matter? Because thyroid disorders, which affect up to 20% of seniors, often go undiagnosed, with symptoms easily mistaken for typical signs of aging. Yet selenium plays a key role in activating thyroid hormones, which support energy levels, metabolism, and emotional stability. Beyond the thyroid, Brazil nuts help preserve myelin, the protective sheath surrounding nerve cells. As we age, this sheath often deteriorates, slowing down reflexes and cognitive function. The fatty acids in Brazil nuts help maintain myelin integrity, which may aid in preserving reaction time, coordination, and mental sharpness. What's especially interesting is that the selenium in Brazil nuts is organically bound, making it easier for the body to absorb and use compared to synthetic supplements. These nuts are incredibly potent. You only need 1 or 2 per day to feel their effects, and their rich, creamy flavor makes them satisfying in small amounts. However, it's important not to exceed 2 per day, as too much selenium can have negative effects. Look for unshelled Brazil nuts when possible. Their natural shells help preserve nutrients. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent spoilage due to their high oil content. Brazil nuts also contain a blend of fiber and natural oils that can promote digestive regularity, an added perk for seniors dealing with constipation. For those who often reach for sugary or processed snacks, Brazil nuts offer a far healthier alternative with a naturally sweet, buttery taste. Perhaps most exciting of all, emerging research suggests that certain antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that naturally shrink as you age, accelerating cellular aging. For adults over 65, these nuts are a near-perfect nutritional ally. Now, here are 4 types of nuts that older adults should avoid in their diet. 4. Peanuts. Despite being a staple in many homes, peanuts pose several potential problems, especially for seniors. First, it's important to know that peanuts aren't true nuts. They're legumes, grown underground. This environment makes them especially prone to contamination by mold, which can produce aflatoxins, toxic compounds known to damage the liver and increase cancer risk when consumed frequently. As we age, our body's ability to detoxify naturally weakens. This makes the aflatoxin threat even more concerning for older adults. Additionally, peanuts contain certain proteins that may trigger inflammation, even in people without a diagnosed allergy. For seniors already struggling with joint pain, cardiovascular issues, or cognitive decline, this chronic, low-grade inflammation can make symptoms significantly worse. Another concern is their high omega-6 fatty acid content. Most people already consume far too much omega-6 compared to anti-inflammatory omega-3s, creating an imbalance that further amplifies inflammation in the body. The high omega-6 content of peanuts only worsens the issue of inflammation. What's more troubling is that many doctors fail to inform elderly patients about a potentially dangerous interaction between peanuts and blood thinners like warfarin. This is due to the vitamin K in peanuts, which can interfere with the medication's effect and increase the risk of clotting or bleeding. To make matters worse, commercial peanut butters often contain hydrogenated oils, excess salt, and added sugars, all of which are harmful to aging cardiovascular systems. For the 63% of American seniors who already suffer from high blood pressure, this is a serious concern. Even natural peanut butter, despite being unsweetened, may still raise blood pressure levels. Improper storage of peanuts is another hidden danger. They can go rancid quickly, producing harmful free radicals that damage cells and accelerate aging. Furthermore, the common dry roasting process used in commercial production generates acrylamide, a chemical that has been linked to cognitive decline. This is especially alarming for seniors already battling or fearing memory loss. Even if you've eaten peanuts for years without apparent issues, try switching to one of the recommended nuts just 3 days a week. This small change can reduce your exposure to harmful compounds while boosting your nutrient intake safely. 3. Cashews. Cashews may seem like a safe and tasty option, but they come with hidden health risks for older adults. Unlike most tree nuts, cashews are high in carbohydrates, with about 9 grams per ounce, and have a higher glycemic impact. This is concerning for the 25% of Americans over 65 with diabetes and the 48% who are pre-diabetic, since cashews can cause sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. They also lack fiber and key protective compounds found in other nuts, making them less helpful in blunting sugar absorption. Because cashews have a healthy reputation, many seniors unknowingly eat them in large amounts, not realizing they could be harming their metabolic health. Another overlooked issue is their choking risk. Cashews have a smooth, curved shape that makes them one of the most commonly aspirated nuts among older adults, especially those with swallowing difficulties. From a nutritional standpoint, cashews are high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in the digestive tract and reduce its absorption. This is a major concern for seniors at risk of osteoporosis or low bone density. For those with a history of kidney stones, oxalates can also exacerbate stone formation, particularly after age 60. Even more problematic is how cashews are processed. They must go through extensive treatment to remove urushiol, a toxic compound also found in poison ivy. This process strips away many of the nut's natural nutrients. On top of that, many store-bought cashews are oil-roasted and heavily salted, which adds unhealthy fats and sodium, placing additional strain on the heart and kidneys. Cashews also contain enzyme inhibitors, which can interfere with protein digestion, a serious issue for older adults who already struggle with nutrient absorption. Finally, the rich, creamy texture of cashews makes them easy to overeat, potentially leading to unintentional weight gain at a stage of life when weight management is already challenging. If cashews are a go-to snack, try switching to walnuts or almonds. They offer better nutrient profiles, less risk, and greater benefits for aging bodies. Number 2. Macadamia nuts. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows, making weight management more difficult than ever. Macadamia nuts, while rich and buttery in taste, can make this struggle worse due to their extremely high fat content. about 22 grams of fat per ounce. This high-fat load also puts stress on the gallbladder, which already becomes less efficient with age. For the 15% of seniors who have undiagnosed gallstones, macadamias can trigger painful flare-ups that would otherwise remain hidden. Macadamias also contain about 3 grams of saturated fat per ounce, one of the highest among all nuts. This can raise LDL cholesterol levels, a serious concern for older adults focused on heart health. Their hard texture adds to the risk. They can damage crowns, bridges, or brittle teeth, which are common in those over 65 as enamel weakens and calcium absorption decreases. On a practical level, macadamias are also expensive, causing some budget-conscious seniors to turn to cheaper nut varieties that may be rancid or poorly stored, exposing them to harmful oxidized fats. Worse, most macadamias on the market are oil-roasted and heavily salted, adding sodium and unhealthy fats that strain the heart and kidneys. Their rich flavor makes them easy to overeat, especially for those with dulled taste buds who gravitate toward bolder flavors. Sadly, many seniors mistakenly believe macadamias are heart-healthy. But much of the research on nuts and heart health excludes high-fat varieties like macadamias. Instead, consider switching to pistachios, which have a superior nutrient profile that supports aging bodies in many ways. 1. Pine nuts. Often seen in pesto or gourmet dishes, can be surprisingly dangerous for seniors. Here's why. Because they contain compounds that interfere with many common medications, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure drugs, which are widely used by those over the age of 65. Alarmingly, this interaction risk is rarely mentioned by doctors or pharmacists, yet it can result in reduced drug effectiveness or dangerous side effects. One of the most unsettling effects is a condition called pine nut syndrome, which causes a bitter, metallic taste in the mouth that can last for weeks. While this might sound minor, it can dramatically reduce appetite in older adults, leading to malnutrition and weight loss. In fact, up to 42% of affected seniors experience noticeable weight reduction, likely due to age-related changes in taste and detoxification. Pine nuts also contain high levels of polyunsaturated fats, which can oxidize easily, promoting inflammation, a serious issue for those with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions. Their small size and slippery texture also make them easy to inhale, posing a choking hazard, especially for seniors with dry mouth or swallowing difficulties, common side effects of many prescription medications. Additionally, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors, which slow down protein digestion, problematic for older adults who already struggle to absorb nutrients efficiently. Worse still, new research links certain pine nut compounds to age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in the elderly. Now, here's our final takeaway. Choose nuts that support you, not sabotage you. After the age of 65, your choice of nuts can significantly impact your health, energy, and brain function. While many nuts offer tremendous benefits, others, like peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, can worsen inflammation, disrupt medications, or undermine metabolic health. But the good news? Small changes add up. Simply substituting harmful nuts with better alternatives like pistachios, almonds, or Brazil nuts can lead to real improvements in your energy, digestion, mood, and weight. So now it's your turn. Have you noticed any changes in your health after adding or removing specific nuts from your diet? Which nut had the biggest impact on your well-being? Post your stories and thoughts in the comments. We value your experiences, and your journey could inspire others to make better choices. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.